Did you overbook? This question is a loaded one. Let's take a look at how our office directs traffic for incoming guards. It is the job of our onboarding team to ensure we have enough guards to cover our projected volume of business. It doesn't happen often, but there could be times where we have more than a few guards on hand waiting for an assignment. We have been asked in the past if we overbooked, so we thought we would take a moment to talk about some of the reasons this can happen. 1. We get very little notice on jobs. While our guards are our main focus here at jgsecurity, we are essentially a business, and that business is to protect our clients' assets. As we have addressed in our Navigating Assignment series a few weeks ago, we don't usually get very much notice on new gates, so we have to ensure that we have multiple teams on standby ready to fulfill our clients' needs when they call. 2. Gates have ended and new or returning guards are arriving simultaneously. Just as we don't get much notice on new gates opening up, we also are not provided a play-by-play on the job's progress throughout its duration. This means that the gate ends when we receive a call from our contact informing us of such, usually day of. This can result in having folks headed here for orientation or returning for the season while we also have a gate or two ending, making those guards available as well. Tune in next week for information about jobs coming to a close and how to handle that transition. 3. We are waiting on start dates. Sometimes, we might actually get a few days' notice on gates, or maybe even a few weeks for multi-gate operations. But start dates are always tentative, possibly even more so in the case of larger projects, as there are many more factors to orchestrate. This means that we may have folks here and ready to go, but we are waiting on a start date to mobilize the guards and the equipment, which can come at any time. 4. It is a popular time of year. Winter is obviously the time of year when we see a higher number of applicants and returning guards as RVers flock to the south for the season. We are very transparent about this during the onboarding phase, that our guards can incur a longer than normal wait time for a gate during these months. But we rarely have folks waiting more than a few weeks. We have had isolated incidents in which folks waited a considerable amount of time, but on each of these occasions, there were extenuating circumstances. 5. Guards in the yard who are not in the running for a gate. There are a few spots in our yard reserved for guards that are not necessarily in rotation for a gate, or at least not for the same type as the majority of our incoming teams would be. There are many reasons someone can be in the yard and not be in rotation, though we do avoid the yard being used for extended downtime for reasons such as RV repairs or wanting a few days off between gates. Having only 8 spots total, the few that are available for our 24-hour teams on standby need to be reserved for those who are coming in for orientation and/or who are ready for a gate. While we are on the topic of the yard, we would also like to make our guards aware that it is perfectly possible for someone to come into the yard after you and leave before you. There are many reasons this can happen, including but not limited to: they are on a layover to their next location, they decided to wait elsewhere. While perfectly adequate and free, our yard is far from a resort. They were requested or are returning to their dedicated gate. Perhaps the next gate is one that you express not being interested in. We invite you to always maintain an open mind and trust that we are working avidly to honor order and to be as fair as possible, while also pairing the right guards with the right gates, for them and for the client. 6. Only a percentage of those scheduled will actually be available as planned. In our experience, even if it looks like our roster for a certain period of time is full, only an average of about 25 to 55% of applicants and returning guards actually arrive as planned, due to many unforeseen circumstances such as health issues, family celebrations such as grandchildren and weddings, and most commonly, RV and vehicle issues requiring repairs. Due to this, we must have a surplus of folks scheduled for each projection period to ensure our clients are covered and their assets are not left exposed. To sum things up, our onboarding team is responsible for much more than guiding our guards through licensing and onboarding. They have the obligation to juggle job projections on very little intel while tracking the ETAs, trajectories, and the preferences of the guards coming in. Because these factors are not exactly easy to calculate, our company prides itself on information and transparency, minimizing guards being displaced financially. We hope today's video shed a bit more light on how our team works to provide the best service for our clients while also ensuring our guards are prepared and in a position to maximize their earnings while they are here with us. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on enlightening information regarding gate guarding with JG Security. Tune in next week to see how guards handle coming off their gates.